I'd like to recognize that today marks 19 years since the horrific terrorist attacks on September 11th, 2001. Today, we remember the people we lost in this unthinkable tragedy. They were neighbors, friends, and family. As we pay tribute to their lives, let's also remember the bravery and the sacrifice of all the first responders who arrived on the scene and rushed into buildings as others were fleeing.
Justin Trudeau speaking in Northern Ontario Friday, the Prime Minister paying tribute to the nearly 3,000 victims, including 24 Canadians killed in the 9/11 terror attacks in the U.S. Ceremonies were held at the sites of those attacks, including, of course, New York City, where the Twin Towers went down 19 years ago.
Sophia B. Otto. Lee Adler.
The names read aloud of those killed at Ground Zero, where two hijacked planes slammed into the World Trade Center. This year's tribute different from those held before, with signs of the pandemic. Officials like U.S. Vice President Mike Pence and Democratic presidential nominee Joe Biden wearing masks, greeting each other with elbow bumps. Earlier in the day, Biden spoke briefly.
I'm not going to be making any news today. I'm not going to talk about anything other than 9/11. We took all our advertising down. It's a solemn day, and that's how we're going to keep it.
The U.S. flag unfurled on the side of the Pentagon, where a third plane crashed.
In seconds, scores of lives were lost. 184 men, women, and children were murdered in a violent impact and fiery blast.
And in Shanksville, Pennsylvania, where a fourth plane plunged into a field, Donald Trump honoring the 40 passengers and crew who died after they rose up against the al-Qaeda hijackers.
The only thing that stood between the enemy and a deadly strike at the heart of American democracy was the courage and resolve of 40 men and women, the amazing passengers and crew of Flight 93.
Flight 93 never hit its intended target, which was believed to be the U.S. Capitol or the White House. Melissa Duggan, City News.